Welcome to this video where you're going to be looking at, hopefully for the next 15 minutes. It's actually longer. It's broken up into 4 pieces, so check it out. In completion is I'm going to be walking from 2nd Street to 11th on Broadway, downtown Los Angeles, and back. The reason for this is kind of want to get a pedestrian experience. And one of the main things here we're looking at, so this is the cross section 2nd Street and Broadway. You see that's what, as a pedestrian. Along Broadway, you do come across a lot of parking lots. So in that picture you saw on the right hand side, a parking lot, left hand side, parking structure. Completely just kills any type of pedestrian experience. And here on the right hand side, you see again another parking lot. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'll put a link in the description, is the City of Los Angeles will actually reduce the number of car lanes on Broadway from 2nd to 11th. Right now I believe it's 5 car lanes. I think they've reduced it to 3. So in this section, Los Angeles is pretty much telling the city that they are increasing their increasing the dominance of the pedestrian and decreasing the car culture. So like I said, it's going to be reduced to 3 lanes. The sidewalks are going to be widened. At first, I think it's just going to be temporary. They call it a dress rehearsal. After that, they're going to permanently make them wider. So what I plan to do is do the same walkthrough after they've done that, and see what we've seen, what changes we've seen. Anyways, in this video, as you can see, this is Broadway Theater District up there on the side. There are 12 movie palaces / theaters here. We're coming up on the first one on the right hand side once we get to the corner. Anyways, Broadway here, I'm going to be looking at just, like I said, the pedestrian experience, level of safety, sidewalk condition. Is the walk aesthetically pleasing? And how the buildings and the streetscape engage with the pedestrian. So we're about to cross 3rd Street here. Left hand side there, we see that subway, that building right there is a Bradbury building. Interior is a very nice interior. And then you might start thinking, especially if you're not from around here, is why am I not jaywalking? Jaywalking is something that's not very common in Los Angeles. One of the reasons here, I think I cut to there's just a Google image, so you can kind of see the crosswalk, a better idea of where I'm crossing. Anyways, it's just a car-dominated society, culture. The streets are large, and the police will actually, if they can, jaywalk. So off the bat, we're not seeing too many trees here. That's something that's desperately needed, I think. In the beginning, you saw some very mature trees. It always gives it, a bit of a charm. Makes the walk a bit nicer. Here we have no trees whatsoever. Right hand side where you're looking at that's Grand Central Market. Now this whole area here, as you can tell, you can probably tell, you'll notice on the walk, it's primarily Latino, which is, I plan on doing one on Spring Street, which is, it's the next street over. In the way I'm walking, it'd be on the right hand side. Because that, we'd see a complete different demographic change there. So I'll try to do that. But here, it remains largely Latino. You'll see a lot of these types of stores here, like SWAT. It's all over the place. You'll see a pattern. These type of stores, a theater, parking lots, and then you'll see this right here on the right hand side. These storefronts that just have that kind of aluminum, rollover gated, that obviously has no interaction with the pedestrian. Viagra. Now, what's, you'll see, obviously there's a lot of pedestrian activity here. And when I'm, you know what, looking across, give you another picture here. This is 4th Street and Broadway. This is looking east. But anyways, the architecture here, this is what I'm a big fan of. Like I said, especially with the theaters, it's just beautiful architecture. And like I said, there's 12, and you'll get a chance to see all of them. I'll try to point them out. Some of them, you'll barely get a glimpse of it as I walk. Some of them I'll actually try to put a picture in there. But, for the most part, the architecture is very nice. A lot of Beaux-Arts style building. There obviously, as you can see, there's a height limit, especially right here. You can see there is a wall of these similar buildings that are about similar heights, which gives it a nice kind of canyon wall. And then obviously when you see a parking lot or whatever, that detracts from it. Again, here you look on the right hand side, you see those, no retail whatsoever. Now, obviously, there is, the purpose to do this, the initiative bringing back Broadway, especially with this the road diet here, reducing the car lanes and increasing the amount of parking lot is, it's for the pedestrian and I assume, for some economic growth as well. So it'd be interesting to see what type of retails, what type of restaurants we'll start seeing influx of higher end retail. And there are, a few changes already. I'll point some of those out right now as soon as we cross that. But right now we're about to cross 5th Street. And again, there's the view. This is beautiful building right there. Looking east again, 5th Street and Broadway. Left-hand side, that's the Roxy Theater. You can see it. I'll put in a picture right now. But you could actually see the marquee there. I'm not too sure about how original some of these marquees are. I doubt any of them are original, but there's a better picture of it. I don't know what year that was built. It looks like it was in the maybe 1930s. Smaller theater. Again, we see a lot of swap meet stuff here. Now, in regards to safety, there's a sense of, relatively safe area here. And the reason why is because, there's a lot of pedestrian activity that always makes for, more eyes, you just feel safer. So, yeah, you never feel in danger or anything like that. Even at night, I don't think there's much danger in this area. But, like I said, it will change. The demographics will change. Retail will change. The actual look of the street will change. Left-hand side here, this is the Broadway arcade building. I'm a big fan of this building. I'll show you a picture right now if I could find one. There it is. Nice looking picture, or nice looking building. I think there's a what do you call it, convenience store there now. So you can see the sidewalk. Now, the interesting about the sidewalk is that you get a mix of sidewalk. not just the plain old gray what you're looking at now, but you'll notice that you'll see some old sidewalk that was obviously part of the theaters. And, they're a little bit more dressed up, but they're not really kept in good condition. And I'll show you another image here, looking east on 6th Street. Nice looking buildings. We are coming up on some more theaters here. Left hand side, that is the Palace. And across from that, on the right hand side, you can see the marquee, that is the Los Angeles Theater. There again, like what I was talking about, the sidewalk just changed right there. Makes you wonder what building used to be there. Definitely not those squat buildings that are there now. There's a picture of the Palace Theater. But yeah, going back to the sidewalk, it's just not clean. You see all that black stuff on there. That's when people spit out their gum, and then the heat makes it stick on there. People walk all over, and it turns into just black spots. Not a great thing. I wonder how these spots stay because there's so many. Competition's got to drive them out. You would think, but I guess not. Here you see some planters, some trees in the planters there, so hopefully those will mature to some larger trees. Who knows how long that'll take. But again, you'll notice there's a complete lack of tree or any type of vegetation, any type of green. So there you see the marquee for the State Theater, and this is 7th Street. And then again, I'll show you an image looking east there. There you see the marquee. Some of these churches, I think the interiors have been somewhat preserved because they're now used, for church services. So they're still somewhat in use. A few of them have been gutted out completely, which is a shame. Some of them, still have the theater seating and everything, and are used for special events to show movies or whatnot. And then there's the Orpheum that we'll see at the end. That's completely renovated and preserved and is highly activated. This Ross here that you're looking at opened up fairly recently, I think within the last 6 months. We're almost coming up to the end of the first part. On the left-hand side, I don't know if you saw, there's a Globe Theater, another small theater, and then in the corner, I'll probably show you a picture in a second, but in the corner left-hand side, far side, you see the tower.